All right, so a couple of weeks ago, we did an episode on video game cover art.
Yeah, Tom Dubois.
Yeah.
Most notable works for Konami and stuff. Then we shotgunned some bad art.
Some bad video game art, which there was a lot back then.
There's a lot always.
It was a fun episode, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, check it out. Here it is.
Group chat.
Yep.
How's it going, everybody?
Hi, guys. Welcome.
We're back for another episode of Art Damaged.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Season 2.
Welcome.
So, I've got some good game covers and some really bad video game covers.
So what we're discussing today is video game covers from what, Nintendo, Sega,
predominantly
Super
the
Nintendo?
that late 80s into 90s sort of
cover
time
art
frame.
in general?
Yeah. So,
Nice.
cool.
Well, why don't we go around and plug social media and stuff first and all that shit.
Who are you?
I'm Josh Ruff. Thank you for asking, Bam.
Good
At
to meet you.
joshruff.com on Instagram and all the other things. www.joshruff.com. Yeah, you can get merch and make appointments and stuff there. I got it all set up where you can, book appointments on my website now. So I'm pretty happy about that. We're here at Renaissance Studios at RS Tattoo on Y on Instagram.
Reggie Cuvelier here. You can find me online at Reggie Inks on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Got any questions about hiring me or getting tattooed by me, you can always hit me up at reggieinks@gmail.com.
I'm Christina Maslar. You can find me at Christina_Maslar on Instagram, and you can find me on Facebook. And if you shout my name loud enough, I'll turn to you and say, "Hey, what's up?"
I'm Bam Maslar. I'm a painter. You can find me at www.bamburnsthings.com. Also co-owner of Crucible Gallery, www.crucibleartgallery.com.
Well,
So
sweet.
here we are. We're going to talk about a classic era of video game art.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Well, first, let's run down. I got a selection of images picked up. There's some good ones that were all actually created by the same dude. I'll do a quick rundown on his background.
Okay, do you want me to bring them up yet? Or you
Yeah,
want
yeah. Why don't we just
over?
print it up? Excellent. Sweet. So Tom Dubois was Midwestern guy from the suburbs of Chicago. Did commercial illustration and design and stuff like that at the Chicago Institute of the Arts. Just doing random odds and ends. His falling in. I like his story because he just kind of inadvertently ended up in video games. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, in the '80s, like Chicago was booming in terms of like ad agencies and just marketing and that sort of stuff. So he got a pretty good stream of work. What he started off doing was he basically got a call from one of his clients and was like, "Hey, there's this toy company coming out of Japan called Konami. Do you think you could get an ad done like tomorrow?" He basically got a call on like a Friday night and was like, "We need this by like Monday morning." And he's like, "Sure." So he did an ad layout, and they liked it so much that they ended up keeping him on for like one of his cover guys.
Cool.
Do you know what year that was?
That was somewhere in the late 80s, I think, because a lot of the games that actually did that were released were probably right around the 88 sort of time frame.
So
Yeah, well, that's about
early.
the time like Nintendo. came out,
where it
right?
really started to pop off and stuff.
Is it bad that as soon as you said Chicago 80s and like all these ad agencies, I just imagine people with the giant shoulder pads just blowing away like fucking kites because they're too just boxy and not aerodynamic.
Or doing a bunch of cocaine in an office
Yeah,
or
just-
something.
Just day
The
drinking.
Griswolds just sitting there hanging out,
What
trying to figure out.
happened? They left the window open again, so we need a new receptionist.
They're just
Something
out there.
tells me Konami wasn't that much of a party, though, back then. It's just a
probably
bunch of
not.
nerds with computers trying to make cool shit.
Yeah.
doing cocaine and just day drinking. Speaking of
Hacker
drinking,
man, just a bunch
Oh
of
yeah.
hackers.
Oh, yeah, we
Hello to
should plug our sponsor.
the North Brew.
North Brewery.
Thanks, guys.
lemon glizzy.
Yeah, go buy some cans now because they're not open yet. I'm not sure when they're going to open. Maybe by the time this airs, but we'll see.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Cool.
But anyway, back to the game art.
Go forward one. Yeah, try to say a few things.
Super C. Fucking
yeah.
Contra, bro.
Fucking sweet.
Played the shit out of this game when I was a kid.
Yeah, Contra for sure.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah. Yeah, he worked predominantly oils and airbrush, so it's a pretty interesting combo. You know what I mean? Learn how to airbrush, kind of work in summers in body shops and stuff. You know?
So he was the one also doing sweet van murals too.
Yeah, probably some wizards and shit, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing
yeah.
what-
Bitching unicorn on somebody's fucking pedo van.
Check out those super sweet palm trees, though.
Dude,
Yeah, those are tight.
we should
Oh,
get
yeah.
we should get an art damage pedo van.
Oh, no.
Get a sweet mural on the side of it. Fuck yeah.
I like that demon thing in the background. It's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
cool.
sweet. The swirl. Like, it's all coming, shooting out of a vortex, just
Yeah.
jumping right at you.
Yeah, I remember seeing this when I was a kid, and I was just like, man, this fucking looks sick.
Yeah. Interesting color palette on. He seems. Yeah, there's some cool stuff that he does.
Yeah.
These covers really sold it, and then you play it, and it's just like 8-bit, like.
Yeah, it doesn't look anything
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this, but if we could do graphics
like
this
Dick
good,
Dug.
we imagine this is what it would look like.
Just making
Yeah, that was an interesting thing. Is that to hire these guys, they gave them like just a VHS tape of the Japanese gameplay footage, and like that was it. Just like make me a cover for this. So all you're
Yeah.
really seeing is just like a couple of pixels doing backflips over each other, and he like
Trying to make
pulls
out
this
this
out, you know?
3-dimensional artwork out of fucking a few pixels.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, Contra was the shit, man. Do you still remember the Contra code?
Up, down, left, right, A, B start or BA start.
Yeah, I think there was a few variations of it, though.
The Konami code.
Yeah, the
was his.
Konami
Yeah,
code.
yeah.
I'll never forget that shit. It's in my
you
brain
gotta-
until I
'cause
die.
the muscle memory of trying to get it.
That'll be
Look,
the-
I got it right. 99 guards in Contra.
When I get dementia and I'm fucking old, that's one of the. I'm just gonna walk around saying the Contra code all the time because that's the only thing that's gonna be left in my head.
losing this,
Mr.
feeling.
Ruff, what's your break code?
Up, down, left, right, BA, BA, select, start.
How you feeling today, Mr. Ruff?
Up, down, left, right, BA, BA, start.
He's losing control of his hands. Somebody give him a Nintendo gamepad and start plugging in the code.
I think he's trying to communicate with us.
Our generation.
So what else about this guy?
So,
You want to do the next one?
yeah, we can go on to the next one. So,
Contra 3.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
Is another
this is
requirement for the 80s, the headbands?
Fuck yeah.
absolutely.
Well,
We're
this is
probably about
probably-
into the 90s
yeah,
now,
early
but
90s now.
absolutely.
Dude, you remember
look at
Jane
that demon in the
Fonda?
background.
That's pretty
It's
dope.
True.
Dude, Jane Fonda, she was the shit.
rocked those
There's a lot of
headbands.
cool force perspective stuff going on there.
Yeah, this is a pretty cool artwork.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely screams 90s.
Oh, absolutely. Some more stuff about Tom. Unfortunately, he got cancer at a certain point in his career. A few years. Yeah, after leaving video games and stuff.
Oh,
Doc, I'll drink to that one. Yeah, yeah.
I
Tragic.
we forgot about our drinking.
We forgot about a lot of
we
things
haven't
in
really
this
done
long
like a
break that we
bio
had.
episode in a while. That's why.
I forgot how to podcast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what happens
Our
when you.
drinking game kind of had really loose rules. It was just like if sad things happen, drink. If they were boring, drink. If they
Yeah.
die, drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we just
very
kept
messy.
drinking and
Child
forgot
bride,
to.
drink.
Ooh, child bride.
Yeah.
Yeah, years
a
of
lot of those.
handling oil paints without gloves on and airbrushing without masks on eventually caught up to him. The doctor
Oh,
totally gave him a
Doing
diagnosis
fat rails of cocaine at the
Well, I'm-
Konami parties.
He's-
Well, I'm
like-
screwed.
Well, he never actually dealt directly with Konami. He did.
They would
Konami
just,
reached
like,
out to like
contract him out on
Yeah,
stuff.
they dealt with an ad agency who then like ended up just kind of funneling all the work to him and stuff. Yeah.
I just imagine when back then people were like, you have one day to do this. They're just doing like rails of cocaine. Fucking Tom Sawyer's playing in the background by Rush. And they're like, yeah!
Let's get it.
80s.
Dude, I'm so sad I missed the 80s.
You got to see some of it. I mean, like Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I was still shitting myself through it.
I'm sure a lot of people were shitting themselves.
I mean, I was born in 82, and I don't
Yeah.
remember shit from the 80s. I'm a
88,
90s kid
so.
for sure.
Yeah.
I think the most I remember is like Windbreakers.
Oh yeah, good old windbreakers.
My mom texted
Who
me. a photo-
hopefully we'll see some of those here.
That
shortly.
eventually evolved into starter jackets in the 90s.
Yeah.
My mom texted me.
Tracksuits.
My mom texted me a super sweet photo of me as a kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in a tracksuit.
The wind didn't stand a chance that day.
No,
Breaking that wind.
if you want, we can put it up.
That's okay. Let's move on.
Yeah.
What do we got next?
What we got? Oh, this one I fucking loved. I think this is super
I don't
sweet.
think I ever played this
I
one.
never really played that one either, but just the artwork stood out. I think it's super good. Super 90s, you know what I mean? How you can
Yeah.
tell like the little bits of airbrushing going on and whatnot. It almost has that like movie poster sort of composition where
Yeah.
it's like something going on, you know.
Reminds me of the Goonies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
art from this time period looked a lot like this, movie poster wise and
Yeah.
video game poster wise. You know,
Trying to get a lot of stuff in there in one.
yeah, showing you what you can do in the game. You know, you find treasure and fight on ships and stuff, pirate things.
So yeah, throughout most of that time, biggest claims to fame were basically most of these covers and stuff. He had a short run after this time, basically before getting sick, that he was worked as a licensing illustrator for Disney, where they would just, you know what I mean, their $1,000 prints they would have hanging out at the gift shop on your way out. It was doing like those type of contracts and stuff. The cool thing that happened there though is that he got to mentor under like one of their original background painters. So like the guy that was doing all the backgrounds for like some of the oldest like Sleeping Beauties and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
He got to like
That's
work
cool.
hands on with.
That's pretty cool.
For like all the rotoscoping stuff.
Yeah. Like, you know, what they would animate on top of because they'd have the bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, he taught him. When he actually did start working again, he didn't really want to go back to oils and stuff. So he taught himself how to digitally paint. So it's about where he is in the latter end of his career.
You know what time period is this? Because that has to be later.
That
right?
was in all of his Konami contracts were until like 94, 95.
Okay.
And like there was kind of a shift in the game market anyway when they just started using those 3D rendered logos and
Yeah.
that was it. You know what I mean?
So what design programs are you talking about even at that point then?
Well,
At
yeah,
that point,
that's
yeah,
what I'm
this
wondering.
Is all
like,
hand. Like,
No, you're saying he went to digital. So
like a
that's
little
at
bit.
the end of his career. Though.
Yeah,
So,
that
like,
was, he got sick in probably somewhere around the late 90s and so somewhere in the mid 2000s when
Oh,
he
okay.
restarted his
Really
career.
So that's
Oh,
like
okay.
the still
Yeah.
the
I
dawn
was
of
just
digital
peppering in a
art,
little-
depending
Yeah.
on like what format you're talking
I
about.
thought you were saying like 1992. He's out there with digital.
I'm just peppering in some of that
Some
background
MS
info
Paint.
while we're clicking through these.
Well,
Some
so yeah,
MS Paint.
some MS
Yeah.
Paint. Yeah,
The world's
some
best.
sick shit in MS Paint.
Word doc.
All right, we got next here. Snake's Revenge.
Yeah.
One of the Metal Gear games,
Nice.
the old ones.
Those are some sweet pants,
Yeah, bro.
dude. The 90s had the best pants.
They had so many pockets,
Like Jankos.
and they can just tear off if you need them to.
What do you think with that one? Does that look like probably painted on top of an airbrush? Because the really soft edge, the way all those colors. Oh my God, there's palm trees again.
Yeah.
He
Palm
loves
trees.
Signature palm trees.
He loves palm trees.
I think
Well,
it's
I think-
hilarious that Snake has a Tech 9, though. That's a very 90s thing right there.
I feel like every piece of artwork produced in the 90s had a
Had to
palm
have
tree.
a palm
Had to have a palm tree.
Yeah.
Legally.
Including like pants.
Like all those shitty velvet paintings that you'd find
Yeah.
at your aunt's house or something.
Yep.
Exactly.
Palm trees. What about, do you remember the super sweet beach background you could choose for your photo in elementary school?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There-
Yeah,
my
yeah.
mom made the mistake of letting me do that as a kid, and we took our pictures in the wintertime. So there's a picture of me with my teeth missing because I lost my teeth, a giant ass bow in my hair because it's the 90s, velvet dress up to here with a beach scene behind me.
Clearly dressed for the beach.
Wow. Nice.
My parents were smart enough not to let me.
I always went for the sick laser
Lasers.
background.
They were smart enough not to let me pick any of those. It was just that blue fade
Oh,
every year.
Just like the blue canvas, the dark.
The gradient.
Oh, man.
barely
The
a
Photoshop gradient.
Yeah, barely even a gradient.
man, you didn't live as a second grader. You didn't have lasers.
No, but we can, as a group, do a photo shoot with those.
We could.
Yeah.
These games were like incredibly hard. Do you remember these games?
Some of them, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like
absolutely.
the first Metal Gear games for Nintendo.
Uh-huh. is super cryptic and like
Yeah. I remember the first one. You could like fucking basically smoke cigarettes in the game. Like that was one of the things, one of the items you got.
It was sponsored by Marlboro.
Yeah, I'm just like, why is this in here? I'm like fucking
Camel.
10 years old playing this game. I'm like, oh, I can smoke. Cool.
As you're sitting there with your fake cigarette, the candy cigarettes.
You're right, Snake. It is cigarette time. Chick. Or the bubblegum ones where you blew and dust came out. Like a real cigarette.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Castlevania
Super
3.
sweet.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Dracula's Curse.
A great series of games. There's a pretty awesome show on Netflix now that's all animated.
Yeah.
Castlevania. It's pretty dope.
I like this one because again with like the colors.
It's got the classic Van Wizard in the background, you know, the dragon.
So,
I like that it's like outside of the frame, that little whip. It's just...
Yeah, they really cut them down to size.
but
like,
they were very
they-
dynamic pieces.
Yeah. That's one of the really interesting things about them.
Well, I think they got to grab you with this. So, like, because obviously, like we were talking before, the games don't look this good.
I was about to ask.
You gotta look at this and be like, wow, this looks awesome. And
Right.
really,
So
it's just a bunch of pixels.
You
on
guys
the
played
fucking
most of these
screen.
games, which I wasn't old enough really,
Yeah.
so I missed a lot of these. Do you remember ever being like disappointed, like seeing the covers of this and thinking it was going to be the most amazing game ever, and then the game was like, meh.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few games
that
like that
definitely
sure.
does happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I feel like even nowadays that
Sometimes
that
it-
still happens.
yeah, but in these instances, it's like the spark of imagination. You know what I mean? Because the characters he's illustrating, a sort, and then you like leave the game. That's kind of how you imagine it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think the rise of like Dungeons and Dragons around this time frame also helped with the dynamic illustrations and adapting them to like video games, even though they didn't match that? Your imagination can take you wherever you want.
Oh, for
Dungeons
sure. I
and
mean, we
Dragons
kind of
did.
talked about this in our Frank Frazetta episode a bit. Like,
Yeah.
That just opened up a whole nother avenue for fantasy art and stuff like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the one sad thing is that he barely had any of these originals. You know?
Yeah,
He's
so he
not-
got fucked.
Yeah, a little bit, but he's kind of admits he's like he's like I had it in my contract that they had the rights to reproduce the art, but not the actual art. But I wasn't hard enough on them to make
Right.
sure that they returned it. So
Artists got screwed over.
artists got screwed over.
Cheers to
Especially
that.
would have helped them nowadays. You know what I mean? After like, the game collectors grow up and they
Yeah.
want,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, like if you could buy this painting.
Or that fucking
This is
phase
your
of his
favorite
life when
game,
yeah.
and you could buy this painting.
For sure.
And you had a shit ton of money because you were a nerd as a kid. And now you got this fucking like
Now you have the
tech
original
startup
just hanging
company,
up.
and you're
Yeah.
a billionaire.
I just started Google, just Apple or PayPal.
I
Pull
just
Elon
buy and
Musk.
sell stocks all day long.
Oh, also considering the period where he couldn't work because he had fucking cancer, probably would have been awesome to like hang back and flip some of these.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that would be
Womp
nice.
womp.
Sad.
Yeah.
Castlevania 4, another one.
Yeah. Super dynamic. A lot of stuff going on in there.
Is that Medusa in the corner there? Like a
There's so
vampire
many Medusa heads. There's the
That
ones that
looks
like
very-
hoop up and down the
Yeah,
screen
yeah.
and like just get you at any.
This is an amazing cover, but there's some slight disappointment.
What's that?
No palm trees.
Yeah.
No, it's very Jason in the
I don't think
Argonauts,
there. I don't think
He referenced Ray Harryhausen as like an inspo. Yeah.
isn't Transylvania not near a beach anywhere.
Somehow he fit it in with a lot of others though.
Just wants to pepper a palm tree in there.
Yeah.
Do you think he tried and they were like, that doesn't work, so he painted the statue instead?
Probably.
Doom is at hand.
That's where the
For the
Medusa head
Belmont
comes in.
legacy. See, this is how they would sell this shit. They just
you
make it
enter-
look and sound so epic, even though
As
the
you enter
graphics
the
suck.
most chilling chapter of the most fiendish horror story ever told.
of kin before you begin.
Tell your next of kin before you begin. That's a good rhyme.
Yeah, this is how they sold video games in the early 90s.
That is deep.
Be sure to tell your next of kin.
Now you have every fucking like 12-year-old with an internet connection streaming the shit on Twitch, so you can see what the games look
Yeah,
like. You
yeah.
know, it doesn't leave much
Yeah,
of the
there's
imagination
no
anymore.
there's no curiosity or like
Yeah.
going in blind. if you're curious about a game, you can watch gameplay and footage on YouTube
Yeah.
like the day after it comes out.
Like if there's a game coming out that I'm really into or I think I'm going to be into, I'll avoid all that shit on purpose just so I can get the feeling of like what this reminds me of, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
seeing that like concept art and like the case of the game back in the day, like, oh yeah, this looks dope. I don't want to know anymore until
I've
play
never
it.
really been one to sit there and watch somebody else play video games.
Yeah, that's fucking lame.
Yeah, I always found it. I mean, even like when you're sitting there playing video games at night, I'm bored with it.
I've
It's
had
not
a
something
bunch
that
of
I'm
friends
into.
and clients just tell me that that's what their kids do. You know, they'll
They
just
like to
watch
hang back,
other
yeah,
people play
yeah.
video games. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
That's
Like,
that's literally their hobby. Like that's
Yeah.
what they do at night. They're not watching TV. They're just watching YouTube or
it's
watching
like,
Twitch.
That's worse. Like, you know, people say video games are fucking terrible for you because like you don't get anything done and you waste time or whatever. That's even
I call
more of a
bullshit.
waste of time.
Yeah.
Because like you're watching somebody else waste their time.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, at
Which I
least-
don't think it's a waste of time personally. I fucking love games and I love all the inspiration that I get from playing video games.
Not only a lot of inspiration, but I mean, a lot of these are also there's puzzles. There is a lot
Yeah,
of
there's
thought.
some visual problem solving, which is like,
Right.
oh
Yeah, for
shit,
sure.
okay,
Right.
you know.
I mean,
Yeah,
it might,
you can't be a dummy in all these games nowadays.
You
There's
gotta
some really
space
good
out
ones
jumps.
out there
Right.
where you
The
got to
older
fucking
ones.
use your brain to
Yeah.
get through them.
and it's like I feel like it's all the kids who can't do it are just the ones watching others do it.
I'll be honest, I've spent a little bit of time watching some long plays just because of games that I was like, I could never beat their fucking level as a kid.
Well, it's different
What
with
was that
retro
game
games,
like?
though. I
Yeah.
think because like that, like you're wondering how to like finish that shit because you never got to. Because some of these games are incredibly fucking hard.
Yeah.
I mean, even nowadays, there are some games that I've done that too as well when I haven't been able to get through a level or something. But I feel like that's a major difference. There are kids who will literally sit there for 19 hours watching start to finish.
Yeah.
You play the entire game, and it's what are you doing?
Yeah.
The only person I ever watched do gameplay is Sam Witwer, but it's because he's the voice actor for the game, so he goes through it and tells you like the behind the scenes shit that he
See,
does.
that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives you a little more insight into the development of the game,
Yeah.
which is pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I watch
but you-
Game Grumps once in a while, but they just kind of make fun of each other while they're playing games. So like their compilation videos are just random like pictures of games coming up as they're just like cracking jokes at each other. you
As
know?
an adult at 3 a.m., if you're pretty hammered, watching some of these it's probably funny. But I
Yeah.
don't understand that 6:30 on a Tuesday and and you're
Yeah.
12 years old watching some other people play Halo.
Yeah, but now like there's like I mean, I guess I kind of get it for some younger kids because now there's like people making millions of dollars playing video games for
yeah,
other people.
yeah,
Which is
pro
crazy.
streamers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like PewDiePie.
Yeah, that dude made like millions of dollars just playing video games and being a fucking dumbass on fucking Twitch or YouTube or whatever platform he's on now.
Dumbass.
It's crazy. Because like when we were kids, our parents told us this would never amount to jack shit.
no way to ever make money.
Don't smoke weed or play video games. You should have done both those things. You'd be fucking rich now.
But I mean, realistically, how many of those people who are sitting there streaming those all day long are actually millionaires?
Oh, millionaires? Probably
Yeah.
PewDiePie.
I mean,
or
that's-
AVGN.
There's a lot of people still making
I wouldn't
money
even
off
know
it,
that.
though.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
like to.
I mean, there's a kid that reviews toys that's a fucking millionaire. He's like 8 years old.
Are you talking about
Yeah.
Ryan and Ryan's World?
I think
Because my kid's getting hip to that.
I'm sure you're hip to that too, buddy.
Shout out to what is it?
Ryan's World.
Yeah.
Because we need to plug him because he needs more money.
Yeah, he
Yeah, he needs our 10 viewers.
yeah, he's gonna sponsor us. Cheers, Ryan.
Oh.
Lethal Enforcers.
So, fun story about this one.
This one's amazing.
Yeah, there's some sweet. This is probably pretty later on because obviously the Sega CD was out, which was right around 94, 95. But this game was all over courtrooms because this is one of the things. This and Mortal Kombat were what they were talking about when they were designing the video game rating system.
Yes, I
The
see it has a
electronic
MA17 rating.
Yep, the electronic software and ratings.
The equivalent of like the Satanic Panic type.
yeah.
Oh,
bullshit.
the ESRB, that
Yeah,
old
yeah.
bureau.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So there's so many old like CNN footages with them just being like, "Look at the realistic nature of this game." And
Do
this-
they rot your kid's
Yeah.
brain?
And
Find out.
This is the picture that pops up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it looks exactly like a Charles Bronson fucking
Yeah,
cover
I mean, it's
of a
like-
movie. That's been out for years.
Who's the
Death
guy I'm
Wish
thinking
18.
of? This guy pointing a gun right here reminds me of fucking
Sylvester Stallone.
Well, kind of Stallone, but there's another guy, Eric something or other, who is like a fucking villain in every fucking movie during that time period. I forget his name.
Dolph
Is it-
Lundgren.
No, is it? Oh fuck, Julia Roberts' brother.
Eric Roberts. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Yeah.
And yeah, funny thing is that this Tom guy wasn't much of a nerd or a dork and didn't really know much about games, but he just got so wrapped up within this industry. And now it's like he
wonder-
created some of the most iconic stuff of those generations, you know?
Yeah, that's cool.
I wonder how much he actually even played them.
Not at all. Absolutely not.
Really?
Yeah. There's this interview on YouTube with him, and like he's pursuing like self-publishing now. So he's trying to get into like doing comics and things like that. Stuff like outside
Is he
of
still
his-
alive, or-
Yeah, he's still alive.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
So he beat the cancer. Hey!
Baby cancer.
Not a
Cheers to
depressing
happy
ending.
Yeah.
Wait, we're supposed to drink to happy endings? I thought it was just sad.
Yeah, why not?
there's
I'll
one more
drink to
shit-
that.
There's one more shitty mark. But anyway,
Yay.
there's a great interview on YouTube where like the writer for his like the book that they're working on like just brought over all this shit, and he's like, check it out, this is a game you did a cover for, you want to play it? And he's like, oh, that's really neat, wow. Because like I said, all he would get was just a VHS tape of gameplay footage, and they'd be like, can you get something to me by like Friday? He's like, I guess.
How about a giant fucking revolver
Yeah.
and
Time to take some
a
Ritalin.
cheesy action movie background?
Put on some Rush.
Put on
But
some Rush, take some
all
Ritalin.
very
and-
uniform in its overall color palette.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
I like how the gun is named the Justifier.
Oh my god, it totally is. That's awesome.
That's amazing.
He's got a pretty sweet chrome effect going on in there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice airbrush stuff.
Good artwork for sure,
No palm tree,
especially for that time period.
but no palm tree.
There's
No
always a
palm
palm
It's
tree.
tree
indoors,
in his
dude.
heart.
What do you expect?
There's a plane. They could have flown
Yeah,
palm
it
trees.
looks like they're in a hangar.
Hangar 18.
Yeah.
Dude, there are plants. There are indoor plants. She's got tons of them.
Yeah, I do.
Ah, classic.
D2, the Mighty Ducks.
All right, this will be
Blades
our
of
segue
steel, bro.
into some more questionable artwork. Now, I know this thing by itself isn't too bad, but he got fucking sued for $15,000 because he referenced a Wayne Gretzky photo out of Sports Illustrated to produce this illustration.
It's the
so
fist
he-
fight in the back, right?
No, it's
It's not?
right in front. Like that.
Ah.
He changed the faces and the uniforms because they didn't have the rights to like.
Yeah, the one
actual-
looks like Joe Pesci there. The guy in the white.
Yeah. Pack your fucking legs. Yeah, he like totally changed up all the likeness and shit.
Dude, where's his gold tooth?
You're not gonna get that gold, Jolly M.
Hey kid, what are you doing? Your parents here?
He knocked out my tooth.
So yeah,
Is
after
it the same artist though, or
this is still Tom.
Still
Yeah,
him?
This
What?
is
What
they
happened?
sued him for using photo reference of
they
a Sports
used him
Illustrated
for
photo.
Yep. The photographer and Sports Illustrated actually went to the firm that he was looking for, and then instead of them like eating it because it's like, well, you know, we've been hustling all this shit to Konami for the last like 6 years. Maybe we
Right.
could just eat this one lawsuit. They're like, no, hey Tom, you got this thing you got to take care of before your next deadline, or else you're not going to work for us
So they
anymore.
screwed him.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, so he ended up paying fucking $10,000 to like weigh
A
weigh this
photographer
out.
probably.
Yeah.
Who took the photo.
Yep.
For a reference.
Because he didn't change
Dude,
enough.
can you imagine if that happened with tattoos nowadays?
Oh, no.
Oh
What-
my God.
The way tattooing
Yeah,
is now.
Yeah.
That
What
happened
did
with Shepard Fairey when he did the
Hope.
Obama.
Obama
Yep,
Hope poster.
yep.
He referenced a photo, and it wasn't even the photographer that sued him. It was like Associated Press.
Yeah, it was AP.
Well, yeah, it was probably,
It's
like
close enough for them
image
to
becomes
recognize.
widely popular, or like this thing.
Yeah.
Somebody sees there's money to be made in a lawsuit, and
That's
they
exactly
just
it.
follow through with it.
Yeah. Hey.
From the makers of Double Dribble, another classic Nintendo game.
Okay, so what didn't he change about it then? Because you just said he changed the face, he changed the uniforms, he changed the.
stamps.
They're just the pose, dude. They
That is
got
the
they
most-
got $10,000 out of him for basically using
So
the
basically,
fucking
he
pose.
didn't have a great lawyer.
That is
what
the
happened.
most
Yeah.
generic hockey pose, though.
Yeah, like you wouldn't
But
know.
he recognized it, you know what I mean? He's like, oh, you know.
But I'm just saying, like, that the two of those poses together are the most common looking hockey. When I think of hockey, that's pretty much what my mind immediately goes to.
And it doesn't matter that he framed it with like other drawings to just be like, hey, I'm not just reproducing your photo. Call it a thing.
I mean, I put Joe Pesci in there.
Yeah,
And
seriously.
Gary Busey's fist fighting in the background.
Yeah, it does kind of look like Gary Busey now that you mention that.
For half a second, I thought
God.
it was a tiger, and then I realized it was the goalie.
I got Kevin Nealon up here on a breakaway.
I seriously thought it was a retarded tiger.
What a fucking great game, though. I remember this shit.
So that's Tom, the ups and downs of his career.
Good old Tom.
So this is the last one we have of his.
This is the last one we have of his. Yeah.
Good old Tommy boy.
Well, to Tom Dubois.
Cheers, Tommy.
Clank.
Clank, 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 clank.
Clank.
Clank, clank.
It's got like all the stuff, just a quick story, but he's got all the crap wrapped up in it, you know?
Right.
You get cancer because you didn't take care of your art supplies, and you got sued because some photographer was a dick.
Yeah.
Ooh, now.
Oh, no, what are we getting into now, Reggie? Tell me about
Well,
this.
the last one, since we were just discussing basically ripping stuff off, this is the actual first cover of Castlevania. And next to it is the Frazetta painting that looks like it was very loosely inspired by.
Well,
I say
just
that.
a bit.
It looks like he kind of ripped it off.
Yeah, I mean, look at the shadows in the legs. Like,
Yeah.
they're almost
Yeah.
exactly the same.
And also
The
the
shat-
mountain that is a dude.
Yeah.
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 Same color.
Yeah.
Yep. Same color scheme.
He just threw in fucking Dracula in the background here.
Yep.
The Wizard of Dracula.
Because even if you squint, like the mountain and the castle is the same fucking shape. as
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
dude.
it totally is. Like the silhouette that's reaching
Yeah.
out from the mist or whatever's going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
We did look at this painting briefly on the Frazetta episode. But, I mean, I don't blame the guy because, like,
It's a great painting.
I know I try and fucking copy Frazetta as often as I can. Not like straight fucking
Yeah.
tracing
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
but just the feel of his paintings, you know? Because he's every commercial illustrator's favorite fucking illustrator, more or less, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not trying to overall call this guy out or shit on him, but it
Yeah.
just shows like that gray area, you know.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy
It's
that Tom
definitely
get
heavily
tagged for
inspired by this, you know? He probably looked at it when he drew it, at least for the foreground figure.
Yeah. Yeah, now that she mentioned you guys mentioned the shadows, I'm cross-referencing, looking
Yeah,
back and
you
forth
can just
between the
squint and
arm.
It's the same exact shape.
Yeah, the pose.
And basically where his arm is where they put Dracula's face.
Yep.
Yep.
We got another one too.
Classic Castlevania game.
Again, these are Konami.
Michael Bain and fucking the Terminator.
Oh,
Yeah, clearly.
What do you think? Do you think if the Terminator producers saw this one on the shelves that they would have been like, wait a second.
Hey!
Hi.
It
I mean, it's
depends on how
basically
much
the kind of
a bender
same
they were on.
concept, though. Like,
I feel
you
like
know,
I feel like this law.
killing machines.
If they tried to sue over this, I feel like this has way more of substantialness
Yeah,
than
yeah.
a hockey pose.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, you're referencing.
it doesn't look like he traced it straight up, but he just used it as like
I
reference
don't
for what
but
he
the
was drawing.
side bag matches up perfectly.
Yeah,
and
the
belt
way that-
and
kinda.
puff
I mean,
and-
the
If you were
headset,
to overlay the two, it's not precisely the same thing.
the
but it's
headset,
close. It's very creative.
the
Fucking
collar
close.
on the shirt.
the
belt
strap
around
of the
his
gum
arm,
hooping
yeah.
around his arm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's
It's so close. Even the marking on the belt looks like it matches up with the marking on the belt on the Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Metal Gear.
I mean,
Yeah.
it looks like
The-
he just looked at this.
I mean he's got
Drew it.
that like collar that goes right here, and even that has the exact same width
Ridges
the
and
V
and
shape.
and the shine
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
is in the exact same location.
Yep.
It has the exact same shadows, light source, everything.
By the way, this is the game where you could smoke cigarettes.
Nice.
But yeah, this was probably around the same time that the first Terminator movie came out, which is what that screenshot's from.
Kyle Reese.
Yeah. Come with me if you want to live.
So, what do you think? Grounds for a lawsuit, or would you let it pass?
oh, definitely ground.
Yeah, this one
lawsuit.
I can see.
Yeah, I don't think they ever took up an action against him.
I mean, it would still be stupid,
Yeah.
but I could see where
I could
They would
see
have to-
Hollywood wanting to do that more than an action for like a sports photographer would,
Exactly.
you know?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know,
Hollywood's
because
like,
Hollywood
"Alright."
probably made so much money off the Terminator, they just really didn't give a fuck and this slipped under the radar. But
Whereas the
Yeah.
sports photographer probably got paid $300.
he was like, hey,
Yeah.
that's my picture.
Yeah.
Give me money. Great game and movie, though. I remember the first Terminator movie scared the fucking shit out of me when I was a kid.
Did it?
The scene where, like, the truck crashes and, like, the fucking metal skeleton comes
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Like, the first time you really see what a T-800 looks like. It's fucking great.
Yeah, that was rad. Speaking of Arnie, this is
Oh!
this is Contra
This is
1.
clearly... so this is the OG Contra.
Yeah.
And this is right around the time Commando and fucking Rambo were out, so it makes perfect sense.
Please tell me there was a lawsuit about this one.
Nope.
How?
Because he took 3 different movies and put them together, not just one.
Yeah, fucking
know.
aliens, aliens,
It's like all the-
Commando, and Rambo. Fucking part 2.
Yeah.
How was there not a lawsuit on this one?
I don't know. Now you can kind of see why Konami sort of must have liked like Tom's. It's like, oh, he's got some quirky anatomy issues, but overall, we're probably, hopefully, not gonna just rip off movie posters all day.
Seriously.
I think this is a pretty awesome matchup, though, dude. Like, if they actually made a Contra movie back then with a
Yeah,
fucking
oh, yeah. Oh, my
xenomorphs
God. Yeah.
and fucking Rambo and I forget the fucking character's name in Commando that Schwarzenegger plays, but like, this would have been.
Oh,
an
I think this
awesome
is even
fucking
better
movie.
because it's Predator. Look, he's got his face painted.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's Dutch. That's
yeah,
right.
Dutch.
These are just straight up tracings at this point. I mean,
not
How are they
not
getting-
entirely.
He
I
gave him a headband.
yeah, he changed Schwarzenegger's face, obviously, probably because he knew he couldn't get away with it, and the same with Stallone.
I mean, did he or did he just not be able to draw faces very
It
well?
looks like he put Schwarzenegger's face on Stallone and then half-assed Schwarzenegger's face.
I mean, he
time.
probably threw these together pretty quick from the sound of the deadlines they were giving him. Like, all right, we need this like fucking quick.
Yeah.
So draw a xenomorph in the background because in Contra you fight like aliens or some shit, whatever the fuck those were. That's so fucking awesome. Though. I wish they made this movie now, though. The one on the right.
Yeah.
That would have been fucking awesome.
Maybe we can convince them to do it now.
Well, yeah, with fucking old Schwarzenegger and
man,
Stallone, where they're
Oh,
like
yeah.
80 fucking years old, fighting the aliens.
I'm like 3 days from retirement.
Dude, he's still making like Creed movies. I mean, he could probably do it.
He's still making Rambo movies. There was one that
Oh,
came
that's
out
true, yeah.
last year.
I forgot about that.
God.
It was pretty intense.
Oh my God.
He takes his shirt off now and it's just veins.
Ugh.
They just pulse.
You know what I saw the other day was the green jelly video for Three Little Pigs, and in the end, fucking, it's like they called up Rambo. Hey, Wolfface, I'm your worst nightmare. So funny.
All right, you guys want to shotgun some bad video game art?
Oh yeah. Was this the original Mega Man?
This is literally the American cover for the OG Mega Man.
Now
That's fucking terrible.
Were they looking at the flying monkeys from the Wizard of Oz when they drew that, or
I mean, look at the size of the
palm
guy's fucking
trees.
thighs. Like,
There's Portuguese rolls.
Palm trees.
yeah, whoever did this is a fucking idiot, or has
There's
minimal artistic
explosions.
skills.
please tell me they didn't pay the person
No,
for
they
this.
were like, that other guy that we had doing all our cover art, like he got cancer, so we got to find somebody else now.
I hope
And
they just paid him an exposure and then decided not to even give him exposure.
That is fucking horrible.
And I
Like
feel like-
everything's wrong in this painting.
They add the background like Tron because Tron was popular back then. And they're like, this will make it better.
think they did that a little bit
Yeah.
for whatever reason. Capcom was just like laser grid.
But dude, look at the
Well, they
proportions
had to put
of the dude in the front. It's so out of whack.
Dude,
It's
his
so
shoulders
crazy.
look like they're in front of his head, even though they're the size of his head.
the laser grid is the only good thing in this.
That's some.
What's with the giant Portuguese rolls? Seriously.
I don't know. There's no. You don't fight buns in the game.
Got buns, huh?
I don't. Here's one thing. Why did they not like the Japanese version's fine? It's just like a cutesy anime character. Which, why did they think they're like, oh, American kids are gonna like this stupid shit. You know what's gonna get American kids' attention is this guy.
Hot dog buns floating down a river.
He's not even the right color scheme. Mega Man's all blue.
Yeah.
And what's with that weird squat he's doing?
I don't know. I'm getting ready to jump. Yeah.
What is in the background?
Explosions?
Oh, like what is it? Like that staggered staircase
Yeah.
effect?
State of the art, high resolution graphics. Mega Man.
Oh my god! And
I
then
know what
one-
happened here is like whoever was like the lead fucking artist on this game or whatever, he gave this project to his kid. He's like, I'm gonna put you on the front of a video game, and this kid's like some 10-year-old's like, oh, I drew Mega Man for you.
Yeah, Capcom of America is like, oh, I need to get my kids some exposure.
Yeah.
Like usually when we look at artwork in the end, where we're critiquing it a little bit, yeah, we can rip on it and stuff, and then we talk about some good things about it.
Dude, we could shred this thing all
It's
fucking
hard
day.
to find redeeming qualities of it.
The text is legible.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about all I can say.
Okay, the
Yeah,
character
but, like,
in the
the-
game.
The terrible painting distracts from anything good in this image here.
The text
if I
is,
saw
the
this-
text is legible and the grid is parallel all the
Yes.
lines.
Yeah.
But that is clearly contrasting the fucking shitty painting in the foreground.
Yeah,
I think it would have been better if they just left it that grid. Put Mega Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
just like
Over it,
yeah,
yeah.
just one large logo.
Yeah.
Dude,
Or
It's
you
a
know,
large Star
just
Wars
put a
logo.
screenshot from the game in there. That
Yeah.
would have made a lot more sense than this garbage.
dude, it straight up looks like he did it in color pencil on
Yep.
on one of the the shitty folders that you had in like 4th grade, and you would sit there and scribble on it. That's what it looks like. This
And it
one's
looks
just
like
pissing me
some
off.
Aztec pyramids in the background.
Yeah, like what was that kid's game show? Olmec?
Oh.
Legends of the Hidden Temple. That's immediately what I thought of when this came up. I was like, yo, where's Olmec in this?
We try real hard. You can win a calculator watch.
Oh God.
1 megabit memory.
Look how his knees are pointing in like different directions. His forearm is just like turtle headed in. What's going on there?
Oh man,
There's a forearm?
The arm not holding a gun is just
There's a
like
gun?
the character's not supposed to hold a gun. The game isn't about collecting guns.
Yeah, well, dude, this gives you an idea of how old it is. It says 1 megabit memory, so I think that's like
Also-
a megabyte.
The helmet is
megabit.
not centered. It's
No, it's not. Those ear
Well,
pads are like
I mean-
severely disproportionate.
In his defense, he might have just gotten hit in the head, which spun the helmet a little bit.
No, it still looks off, even if that happened.
Okay. I was trying
This
to.
whole thing sucks. We should move on because we're going to be here for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Let's
we
see
got
the
next?
next bad one.
Oh, nice.
Is this supposed to
Eliminator.
look like an inverted like image?
It's so good.
I don't know. It just
I'm pretty
screams
sure-
Duel?
I'm pretty
Eliminator bow duel.
Sure I had a windbreaker that had this image on it. Like, this is so 90s.
I again go back to the folder comment. You remember the Trapper Keepers?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
Lisa
yeah.
Frank.
Lisa
Lisa
Frank,
Frank,
Trapper
man.
Keeper.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Electro Brain.
What the fuck do you even do in this game?
It's probably just a racing game, but like, what the fuck?
You duel with boats. Duh.
Oh, I love the colors so much.
You start back to back. You go 10
The
paces.
hard edged fucking like mountain silhouette. Like, what the fuck?
The pixelated water. Is that like a shark fin in the front? Is that what that is?
I don't. Might be a wave. Oh, there is. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
The
And
wave is
those-
the clouds in back are the only two cool parts about this.
Those shitty flags that they felt the need to put in there.
Oh
Would have
yeah.
been so much
Just to let you
better.
know, that's an objective in the game. Gotta, give you some idea
There's
what the
some
gameplay
flags.
is like.
There's a flag.
You gotta stay on course. You can't just go
I feel
driving around anywhere.
like they went through like the Microsoft clip art and put it together, printed it out, and then colored it in with
Just
some
cut and paste.
Well,
Markers.
if the cover's this bad, just imagine how bad the graphics were.
Dude, we need to find this game. We'll YouTube this
I'm
shit
sure
later.
you could find a ROM of it nowadays.
We'll
you
find it
can,
on
You can
YouTube.
find like any Nintendo game now in like a zip file on
Yeah.
the internet
Oh, yeah.
somewhere.
Yes.
Oh god.
Rival turf.
God.
Bloods versus whites.
You know, this is
21
actually a
Jump
good
Street.
game, but it's just the laziest cover.
They just posted
I'm just like-
Donnie Wahlberg up there and was like,
They're like, you know that Dare poster that you proposed earlier? We're going to turn that into a video game cover. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
Chad
shit.
looks like a really legit street thug.
Hanging out in front of the projects.
Hey, kid, you want a cigarette?
I got this sweet van with a puppy in it.
No, man. Smoking is bad for your lungs. It has an increased rate of heart disease.
I saw it on TV. My mom told me I shouldn't.
Thanks, crime watching dog.
McGruff.
The 90s really made it seem like people were trying to give you free drugs all the time.
Yeah.
Dude, the 90s made
That was Dare in general.
Dude,
though.
the 90s made adulthood seem so much better than it really is. Like, there was just going to be dudes everywhere just offering you free drugs.
And then the giant dog
I mean,
in a
kinda.
trench coat would show
You're
up
in the
to
right
save
neighborhood.
you.
I said free drugs.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Nah, hey, let me show me what's in your wallet so I can gauge out whether I should pull
And
out a
also,
knife.
why
Exactly.
why were they trying to teach us that people in trench coats were the people to trust?
Oh, yeah. Flashers in the 90s.
Pedos. Yeah.
Trench coat mafia.
Well, who was in trench coats, though? Wasn't it?
It was McGruff the
But
dog.
yeah, that's right.
He wore a fucking trench coat.
A dog in a trench coat.
Donatello from the Ninja Turtles wore a trench coat to disguise himself with humans.
Never mind the giant green lizard head
Yeah.
sticking out of the top.
Yeah.
But people were distracted. They just sell them pizza. That's okay.
Oh, God.
Classic.
This is a good game, but Jesus Christ.
What was it? Was it like
Yeah,
a
what
double
is-
dragon kind of game?
Yeah, you just
That
run
kind
to
of
the
thing?
right and fight and beat stuff up, but oh my God.
Gang war.
Rival turf.
Oh, God.
That almost sounds like they'd be fighting over to sell drugs on the turf, right?
Yeah.
It's like very not 90s.
Yeah.
Goodbye, rival turf.
What? What?
Okay.
No, what? No.
The hyperspeed shootout in space, and there's a fucking guy playing a banjo. I don't get it.
Dude,
Am
what
I
is
missing something here about
Dude, what
how
is-
this game works?
It's a Galaga style like shooting game.
All right,
You just,
so-
like,
why is
scroll to the
Duck
left and
Dynasty on the cover of this?
No one knows. Hey, y'all play that video game?
Is there like a banjo on the soundtrack or something? Is that why this is here?
There's a dog. He's hanging out with a dog, even though his face got cut off by
Yeah.
the Super Nintendo cover. You just see a dog hump. I hope it's a dog.
Got Charlie Banjo here in space. It looks
Hey,
like
boy.
there's some space behind him.
It doesn't even look like he's in space. It looks like he's sitting on his front porch.
Well, dude,
He looks like the dude at the end of Cabin Fever.
if we were talking about like looking at video games and gauging your interest by their cover, like who the fuck bought this shit?
Yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, I probably would have bought it, but been very
Your
disappointed.
grandparents, because they didn't know what to look for.
Yeah.
I would have been very disappointed that I wasn't learning banjo from the game.
Do you think grandparents bought this for the kids and they're like, couldn't you get me fucking socks?
Is this the bluegrass Nintendo game I've been hearing about?
This is the original Guitar Hero.
Oh my God.
Banjo Hero.
Get good enough at the banjo to
It
play
did,
the
like-
county fair. Come on off the phalanx.
Yeah, why is it called phalanx? Isn't that the term for like the shield formation the Spartans used to do back in the day?
Yeah,
Yes.
that might be
Yep.
like the shape of the ship that you're in.
Okay.
Does anybody
Which
remember?
still
how-
has nothing to do with a fucking banjo.
I know. I know. Does anybody remember the opening for like Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Yeah.
I was just some guy in the woods being like, "Did you see that poo?"
I watched
Yeah.
that with my daughter not too long ago.
Did you?
And I was like, this movie's terrible, right? It's
Fucking love it.
hilarious.
Fucking
She
love it.
loved it, didn't she?
She was like, oh my God, what are we watching, Dad?
They finally started
Do you
making
remember-
pops for Killer Clowns.
Do you remember the ice cream man
Oh, yeah.
with Ron Howard's brother? He was an ice cream man that would murder people and then put their parts in the ice cream and sell it to kids. So the cover was him with an ice cream cone that had like an eyeball in it.
Yeah, I remember
That's
the cover of that
amazing. That
movie. I
sounds
remember seeing that at
great.
like the video store, and I was going to be like, oh.
I was like, oh, this is going to be scary.
Wait, Clint Howard, right? That was Ron
Yeah.
Howard. Clint Howard.
That's
my God, man.
amazing.
Think
sounds
about that
awesome.
now, though. Like, even like movies, like, they can't get you with covers anymore, really.
They can.
Yeah. Because back in the day, you'd go to the video store and be like, oh, this looks cool.
Yeah.
And it would be like the worst fucking movie ever, but it just had a cool cover.
Yeah, you didn't even bother reading the back. You were just like, this is awesome.
This one. I'm going to take this one home.
I'm going to go home and learn
Yep.
banjo tonight.
That's the one.
And all of a sudden, aliens come out of nowhere.
See, that would be amazing. If I went in with the
That sounds like a movie.
expectation-
Now, I mean, how cool would it be if that's
You know what this
that
reminds me
banjo?
of? Did you ever play that game Redneck Rampage back in the day? God, that was a fucking great PC game. It's like you're a fucking redneck, and to get more health, you eat moon pies and shit like that. It was a fucking hilarious first-person shooter from like the early 90s.
Moon pies, are those the cookies, the black and white cookies?
No, moon pies they're 2 cookies with marshmallow between and
Yeah.
it's dipped in
Oh,
chocolate.
okay, yeah.
That's how you got health, but it was basically rednecks fighting aliens.
Now, do you think in the game he flips the banjo over and it turns into a gun?
It turns
I'm
into a
guessing like he just
spaceship.
smokes DMT and then he just goes into this fucking video game.
He thinks he's in
And,
outer
like,
space.
the banjo
like-
is just never a thing throughout the whole thing.
Phalanx, as directed by Robert Rodriguez, an offshoot of the Desperado series.
Yeah.
Just
Also,
flips over.
What is it
Grindhouse Part 2.
like? There's a toilet paper roll in space underneath that shooting star. It just looks like just a toilet paper roll.
I think that might be the ship. It's just cut off a little bit.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it got trimmed a little.
Either way, let's move on because these covers are just ridiculous.
Oh my god.
Yes! Dude, that looks like my brother.
Win a pair of rollerblade inline skates instantly. That's fucking
Wouldn't you
hilarious.
know if you
This is the most
bought-
90s thing ever, right
Okay,
here.
I thought you were gonna go. Okay, yeah.
I-
To me, I feel
love
like I
it.
see so much fucking 80s, but they made this in like 93, and you're just like, oh my god.
I
Well,
love it.
rollerblades weren't a thing till the
I
90s.
know.
I don't think. I know I had some. Shit, I still have some. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah, look at the.
Yeah.
Oh my god, those 3 clip-on straps.
Yeah.
I love
Fucking
this so
sweet.
much.
Right? She's breaking so much wind.
radical
Breaking so much wind.
Wait, hold on. Win a pair of rollerblade
Yeah, that's what I
inline
said.
skates. Oh.
Instantly.
From
Like
the
you open the
brand
game and they're there.
Rollerblade.
I think you'd know the box would be really fucking big.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is
Maybe
this the one with the rollerblades in it? I can't tell.
maybe it's like the sponge. You get it wet and it grows.
so many fucking pastel colors.
So this
my
is
God.
probably like after Skate or Die came out, or California Games. That was another awesome fucking Nintendo game. That had, like BMX and fucking skating and shit.
Yeah,
in it.
this is pretty late in the Nintendo lifespan.
Did the creator of this just watch Saved by the Bell and was like, let's put them on rollerblades?
Yeah, I mean that's what the
Probably.
background
Yeah.
looks like, straight from Saved by the Bell.
I
Yeah.
also love how much safety gear they're wearing except for helmets.
Yeah.
It's like they put on anything they
Well,
could possibly
they're
fucking
already
find.
retarded, so it
Well,
doesn't
when I
matter.
can catch my balance on my knees, why would I need a helmet?
Dude, you don't want to mess up that cool blowout.
It's true. It's true.
Oh my god.
Look at the length of the hair.
Flat top.
Yeah. Look how tall it is.
I
hate
just love the
I
arm
hate
movement,
it so
too.
much.
But I
Like
love
the
it so
I hate
much.
the textures and the colors, and it just makes me.
Yeah, it's
But
gross.
I love it so much at the same time.
Oh, it's so fucking.
I just
90s.
look at it and I hear In Excess playing.
Oh my god, what would be playing in their headphones?
Spin Doctors, probably.
That's Spin Doctor's way too cool for that.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Oh yeah.
Oh, Fabio.
Probably one of our last ones.
Dude, I remember this game. I loved this game when I was a kid, but I didn't even realize Fabio was on the cover of it until
So
just now.
Good.
It's not even like this one is bad. It's just so delightfully cheesy. We
Yeah.
can fucking throw it in.
Well, this is what
So
this kind of
good.
game was. It was a fantasy game where
Yeah.
you were a knight fucking doing whatever.
Were
man.
you in full armor though?
Yeah, like you were definitely not Fabio in the game.
and you were definitely not shirtless.
Yeah, you're not with a
But-
fucking WWF championship belt on.
Yeah.
You're definitely not that dude.
Did you
Oh,
get to kill
hello.
a bird with your face though?
Oh.
No.
That'd be fun to go back and look and see if there's birds flying at you in this game. Because there might be.
There definitely is
Yeah.
a couple points in this game. Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Like every
Is there-
fantasy game had fucking bats flying
Is there
at
a
you and
roller
shit.
coaster in it or
No.
no.
Oh man.
Acclaim, another classic fucking game
my
development company.
So did
Okay.
this come before or after he was on the romance novels? Like, did some
It
mom?
might
have been a
little bit
was like,
before.
This looked like it might have been the same cover from a romance novel that
Yeah.
he was.
I mean, on the marketing standpoint, it's a great idea because there were so many like stay-at-home moms that probably saw
Yeah.
this and
that
was
were cleaning
much
their kids' rooms and was like, "What is this?"
no, and was much more okay with purchasing it for them because they were in love with Fabio because of his books.
It's true.
Yeah, he was crushing it in the fucking late 90s, right?
Yeah.
The late 90s.
Crushing it. Smush.
Crush.
Oh my god, it's so delightfully cheesy.
Yeah. It's like he's
Fucking
supposed to
love
be
it.
Conan
Yeah.
or some shit, you know?
Oh, hello.
Do you,
I feel
I
like
can't believe it's not butter.
do you think if we checked in on him today, he would still be dressed that way?
if he isn't, I'd be sad. I feel like him and Michael Flatley fought for King of the 90s.
Lord of the dance.
Oh, man.
Fucking sweet. He's holding that sword with like no authority though. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He's just casually.
It looks like it's gonna flop right out of
like
his
don't
hands.
make me limp-wristedly whack you a few times. You're really not gonna like it. I can't imagine him not talking like what's his nuts from the room.
Oh, yeah. Fucking
Oh,
Tommy
Tommy
Wiseau.
Wiseau.
No, I do it, not you. Okay.
Oh, hello.
I'm Hero. I'm the one. This is my game.
I didn't hit her, I swear.
Oh, Bams, you are tearing me apart. Oh, man.
I still haven't seen the original The Room.
Oh my
It's-
God, it's
I've
such
seen,
a
like,
train wreck.
It's so
James
good.
Franco one there.
It's so good. We watched it back to back one night.
Yeah.
Did you? You watched fucking Franco's and then the actual one?
No, we watched
No,
the
we watched
original,
the
then Franco's.
I feel like it would be more funny if you just went into that blind, like not
Oh my
seeing
God.
that at all.
At the end, he kind of insinuates he's Jesus, and it just makes it even better.
It's so good.
I think that's a rundown. Oh, we got
no.
like 2 left. Oh, my God.
Great cover art.
What would you think this game is?
A game about math because of all the graph paper.
Or like a detective story because of the fucking eyeglass? Like your
Yeah.
Action fighter.
Yeah, it's a racing game. It's a top-down style fucking racing game to which you would have no idea.
Yeah. Like,
What are you talking
fighting?
about? I totally
If
got
you're-
that from the street.
If you're racing, what are you fighting?
I don't
Do you-
know. Other cars?
Can you like shoot
No.
rockets out of your cars or some shit?
Fucking twisted metal and shit and run you off the road.
Dude, I
Mr.
try to
Grim.
fight people driving other cars all the time. What are you guys talking about? I
But,
fought a guy
man,
in Walmart earlier.
That's good.
Another instance of barely trying.
Yeah. It's like, hey, we need to cover like 3 hours from now. Can you get on that? It's like, okay, here.
It's like he put together
Here's
the whole.
here's a sheet of graph paper. And
See, I was
clip
thinking the
art.
opposite. I feel like he put the whole thing together and couldn't figure out how to remove the graph layer in Procreate, so it just got stuck there.
Well, this was decades before Procreate, so
true.
probably about 30 years before that.
Well, I'm just using it as an example.
Yoinks.
So yeah,
even the
well,
part that's
I'm
not.
saying he had to put some serious effort into that graph paper in the background.
Yeah.
It didn't auto-populate for him.
No.
This just makes me want to tell my favorite story about my cousin doing the stupidest thing I've ever seen her do. Well, one of the stupidest things. She was in a car with my parents, and we're on the Brooklyn Bridge driving, and she opened a can of sarsaparilla, took a sip, goes, ugh. It's the 90s, so cranks down the window and throws the 3/4 of the way full can of sarsaparilla out the fucking window while we're going 60 on the bridge. I'm like,
Brooklyn
Like some
Bridge.
other car.
yeah. I'm like, you probably killed somebody that day, dude.
Yeah,
This reminds you of that?
I was just action fighter and
Racing game.
racing, and what are you fighting? Apparently cans of sarsaparilla.
Apparently, you're fighting pedestrians.
The Mega Cartridge. What does that even mean?
Sega's first system was called the Master System. Actually, I don't know what that means. Because
Yeah.
it was called the Master System. So why would it be the Mega Cartridge for the Master System? I don't know.
The Master-
Now I'm kind of confused. In Europe, they marketed the Genesis as the Mega Drive because they didn't want to use
That's
it.
probably what it is then. Is it like one of the first Genesis games or some shit?
But I think it's a staple for them. Okay.
Let's move on. Oh, look.
Oh.
A similar
Another
cover art.
Mecha.
Pro wrestling with a guy wrestling his own fucking head.
Dude,
They didn't even take the effort to draw the
Have
line
you guys-
for his arm all the way.
have you guys ever had to sit?
Oh my God, they didn't.
Right.
Like, man, we really got some deadlines we got to meet, so we're gonna leave that out.
fuck
Have you
it.
guys ever sat through one of those at a job, like one of those like corporate HR videos? Like,
with the bad graphics?
yeah.
This looks
did,
like the
did they
covers.
hire the same
Yeah.
person?
Quite possibly.
Nice.
Yeah, this looks like every training video for any shitty job ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't put yourself in a headlock while you're working the fryer. Oh, okay.
So I'm guessing the Mega cartridge has something to do with like Sega's cartridge system at that time.
Yeah. Maybe it could hold 1 megabit.
Oh shit! Oh shit! I got a flash drive in my pocket that can hold 128 gigabytes, dude. It's so crazy how far technology's come just in like from the time we were kids till now.
Was that like a floppy disk? Is that what you had?
I'm not even sure the calculation of how many floppy disks that would be.
Just like
But
a
it's
whole
like-
stack of them.
Yeah,
I think
it
it's
could
like-
probably fill this room with.
I think it's
floppy
like
disks.
40,000
Do
floppy
you remember
disks.
Yeah.
when you were a kid and could get floppy disks for Christmas and it was cool?
Yeah.
Your parents
Yeah.
were cool because they got you a big
Well,
pack of floppy
Most
disks.
kids today don't even know what the fuck those things are.
The metal
They never-
slider ones.
Well,
Yeah.
there's like the
Yeah.
small, those ones, the 3.25 inch ones, but then there were, before that, there was the 5.25 inch ones.
with the
Yeah.
donut hole in the middle.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
We had in my middle school a old Mac computer that only worked on floppy disks, and it had one floppy disk that went in it, and it was a Declaration of Independence video game for Mac. That if you were good, you got to play that fucking game. And it was just like an 8-bit. Somebody stole the Declaration of Independence. And fucking Ben Franklin. would come
National
in.
Treasure, the game.
So in like 1999, when I got hired as a kid to work at SUNY Broome, BCC, and my job was at graduation. They had hired a photographer, and it was the first time they were using a digital camera, and it took the actual discs. And-
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I remember those.
yeah, and it only would fit like 5 photos.
Yeah, and then
per
you have to
disc.
put a new disc in.
So my job was to carry the backpack full of
discs?
all of the discs and just hand them to the guy as I was like 11, 12 years old and just hand him discs.
See, like any like millennials now listening to what we're talking about right now would have no idea like what it was like
They'd be
back
like,
then.
What?
They'd be like, huh?
A
You can only
disc?
fit 5 pictures on your camera? Like, I can fit like 30,000
Why
on
didn't
my
you
phone.
just use your phone?
Yeah, exactly. It's like we didn't have
Because it
phones
had
in
a
our fucking
cord
pockets
and it was
back
stuck
then.
to the wall and my mom's on it, okay?
This was before the internet also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my first job, I got to carry around a backpack full of discs.
Makes us sound old as fuck right now talking about all this.
Back in my day.
I told Josh the other day, I'm like, it's weird to think that the year 2000 was 20 years ago because 1980 was also 20 years ago.
That's what it feels like, yeah.
Yeah.
Y2K. Do you guys remember Y2K?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I graduated that year, and everybody was freaked the fuck out that their computer was just going to stop working.
His parents.
So, yep, yeah. So everyone was hyping it up. I was 11 years old, and I didn't quite understand what everyone was talking about. So all I grasped was like, it could possibly be the end of the world. So of course, I'm a little scared that night, and we're sitting there, and my dad would always used to fall asleep on the couch, and so he had bought one of those timers for the lights in the house. So that way, if he fell asleep on the couch, every night at 12:04, the lights would turn off. And he forgot to reset it that night. So we're sitting there, it hits midnight, and I remember sitting there like panicked as shit, thinking the world's ending at midnight. And it's 12 o'clock, nothing happens. 12:01, nothing happens. And I'm like, oh, thank God. And I remember I was allowed to
1204 came
Yep,
around.
I remember I was allowed to have a Coca-Cola that night. I started freaking the hell out because all the lights go off and I could not grasp.
How high were you?
I just
I was
imagine
11
you-
years old.
Oh.
I just imagine you take your Coca-Cola screaming and throwing it at the TV.
You know what I did? I had a
Fuck you.
I had a computer in like 97 or whatever. I was like, as soon as people started talking about Y2K, I just went into Windows and I set the date to Y2K. And as soon as nothing happened, I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
I know.
Yeah.
Like everyone's freaking out, and I'm like,
This
so
is just some
what
old
if
people shit who don't understand
the computer
technology.
thinks it's 0. It doesn't know it doesn't exist in year 0. My mom's like, the world. I'm like,
Yeah, I was just at that weird in between age where I couldn't quite grasp like intelligence at that point.
Yeah, it wasn't like
versus-
fucking Terminator 2 where Skynet's going to turn on exactly at fucking Y2K when that kicks in.
Yeah, everyone made it seem like the rapture was going to happen at 12:04.
Hey, we're still here.
What a hilarious time, though.
Yeah.
Fucking Skynet.
Hey, check this out.
Oh yeah, I'm glad that
so
one
many
came out.
abs.
Weird. At 12:04, that guy was walking down the street.
I didn't even pull this one out because it's bad. I pulled it out because it's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life.
I mean, it's pretty awesome. There's a
Is
guy
there
with a
an
fucking
eagle
golden eagle in the
Flying
back.
around with me after I do some sit-ups, and I got a
Think about 8
flamethrower,
million sit-ups.
and then
There's a monster coming up. the
yeah, there's an
crotch.
octopus
Dude, he's got like an
shooting out of my
8-pack.
dick.
Look at him. He's fucking ripped, dude.
Yeah,
That fucking sweet Lambo.
fuck yeah, dude.
He has what Garrett's mom would call man cubes.
Man cubes.
Yeah, she always says weird
Oh,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
So he'll be like, "What do you think this is?" My mom said,
It looks like
man
Dolph Lundgren.
cubes. I was like,
I was about to say
abs.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
I feel like every 80s person I've compared to Dolph Lundgren.
Why is there an
tonight-
octopus there? I don't
know.
What's up with that?
This is one of those weird unlicensed games that just kind of came out under the table.
The ultimate stuff,
Because it's advertising that
There's
he's got
no
8 dicks.
actual like Nintendo logo on there. If you noticed,
Yeah.
just a Camerica.
Is that
This
the,
is
is
like
that the
some
kind of
bootleg
car?
shit then.
The
God, I
octopus is
fucking
advertising
love it.
his 8 dicks.
Yep.
When the gun jams, he fights with his octopus.
And buttons his pants and just shoots at
I
it.
just feel like you
hilarious.
can't help but hear like that fucking South Park. America, fuck yeah,
Team America.
Going on today, fucking damn. Sweet.
Yeah, this is about as 90s as you can get right here, though.
I'm a muscle man with a fucking. I want to party with that guy.
I really do.
Dolph
I
Lundgren.
don't
Yeah.
think
I
I
must
want to. He's
break
a little
you.
too intense, man.
Dude, I would party with Dolph Lundgren. What's wrong with
Oh
you?
my god! Do you remember when Charlie meets the guy at the fucking? It's like, I'm going to take this fucking. Oh god, what was it? I'm going to take this crossbow, and I will shoot it into my heart. It's like, this guy's poetic, dude. You should hang out with him more.
Well, that's all the images we have for today.
Well, that's too
It was
bad.
a fun time.
Some of the good, some of the bad, some of the delightfully shitty fucking illustrations that come.
I mean, it brought back a lot of memories seeing all these game covers because I remember just buying or wanting or buying these games when they were in the store.
I'm gonna have a
Yeah.
nightmare about Y2K tonight.
Are sure you're not gonna?
Hey, it's gonna be
Okay.
okay. It's
That
20
dude's
years
crotch
later.
octopus will save you.
Yeah, my octocock. I'll fly in my eagle and swoop in on an octocock.
Dolph Lundgren's Octocock.
Wasn't that the porn? Wasn't it the name of the porno that Octomom was in?
I don't even want to think about that
no.
right now. It sounds disgusting.
Oh God.
I forgot she existed till this moment.
Octomom and Octocock.
Ugh.
This is the Texas woman that had 8 babies at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she did a porn and took 8 dicks at once?
I never.
This is too many
I
dicks.
don't know. I just know she
How
made
would
a.
you do that? That's logistically. How does that work?
What was that
I mean,
Tom
she
Dubois
did give
joke?
birth to 8 kids.
The 6.
so-
You ever try a 6
All right,
shooter before?
so
I'm sitting over here counting 1.
2 in her ass, 2 in her pussy, 1 in each ear, and 2 in her mouth. Right? That'd be 8 at the same time.
What about belly button?
I mean, if you want to go there. It's
I mean,
kinda,
she
it's
had
kind of
8
weird,
kids,
though. I mean,
so it'd probably be pretty deep.
At this point, it just flaps in the wind.
Aw.
Oh, this got weird quick.
boy, you started talking about Octomom porn. Just goes downhill from there. So, what are we talking about next, guys? You got any ideas?
I mean, there's that really bad comic book art. Where the dude just basically traced porn.
Yeah, we got
That
that.
sounds fun. We should check that out.
I mean, we got 6 days before we record again. That's a lot of shit
So-
can happen
That's a
between now and then.
lifetime.
Nobody's going to do anything, and we're going to end up critiquing art again.
On like Tuesday morning at 12, it's like, fuck.
No, it's usually Monday at 9 o'clock at night when I'm throwing a text to you guys going, hey,
What are we talking about?
anybody do anything? All right, I'll do something.
Well, this was fun. We should find. Well, we talked about movie posters too, so we should think about that soon. That'd be another fun thing.
Yeah,
we could
start
do.
with like some of the Frittata stuff we missed.
Yeah.
Phase into other artwork. Drew Struzan would be a good guy for that time period.
Yeah, I have a poster of his right out there.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I
Which
didn't think
one?
was his because
It's the Being Human one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
he retired for a little while and stopped doing that stuff. But apparently he's back at it.
On a side note, I just found that super sweet photo of me in a windbreaker with a Nerf.
I had that same
Nerf
windbreaker.
Oh,
A
nice.
Nerf bow. Yeah.
It's pretty 90s, Bam.
Yeah.
You ever put like sewing pins? Really fuck someone's day up.
Yeah.
Take that foam.
I mean, I was in 2nd grade, so I didn't think that brutally.
He didn't think about, poking people's eyes out.
I mean,
I kind of did that shit. Yeah.
I zoomed in. The other person in the photo was my grandfather from World War II vet. So,
The one that faked
You didn't think about putting
blindness.
toothpicks at the end and like trying to blast somebody.
yeah, my grandfather who faked blindness. Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
So that's how my Christmas went when I was 7. Get a Nerf gun, and me and the dude down the street figure out we can start putting shit at the fuck. It's like, oh, this is soft. Let's put toothpicks in him and go shoot your fucking brother. So we jump out. My brother's 15 years older than I am, so he's 22, like drinking on Christmas morning at this point. And like all my parents are already sloshed. Good old 90s parenting, We're like chasing them down. They're like,
shoot him in
He's
the
like,
face
"Holy
with a
shit!
toothpick.
Reggie's gonna shoot me with the fucking bow and arrow." And they're like, "Dude, it's foam. Calm down, you big baby." It's like he's putting pins and toothpicks in it. He's like creeped up. I seriously remember my brother sitting at like the edge of the fucking couch, being like, he's like, better.
He's hammered off the eggnog.
It's like 2 shots of champagne.
Well, on that note, let's wrap this up, guys.
Cheers.
Hey.
Cheers to
this is a
some
good
video
one.
games.
Thanks for getting art damaged with us.
Cheers, bitches.
Bye.
Zach sent us a whole bunch more.
Damaged by you, damaged by me. I'm confused, confused. Don't wanna be confused.
Oh, wow.
Night trap. Oh.